Hey, it's Buddy Lee. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be looking at 3 different options for Week 1 Summer of Pain Rogue. The 3 options I'll be using are Red Guardian, Spider-Gwen, and She-Hulk. The nodes on this fight are pretty rough. She has Brawl, which has both champions going unstoppable every 10 seconds for 5 seconds, which basically means you have a 5-second window between unstoppables. There's Kinetic Transference and Invade, giving 100% block penetration and 300% attack while hitting into the block. Aggressive, which is actually not terrible for how we're going to be playing these. Personal Space, and Unblockable Finale, so she'll go unblockable for the final 25%. Basically, you don't want to be doing any blocking, and you have to play around the unstoppable, which we will be using the slow buffs to do. First up, we will be using Red Guardian. He applies a slow with this special one, and my Red Guardian is Sig 200, which gives us 30% extended time on the debuffs and should help when refreshing, which is done by landing heavies. We've applied our slow debuff with the SP1, and now we need Rogue to cooperate by throwing specials so we can counter with heavy and refresh the debuff. The aggressive node should help us out, as she'll be more willing to throw specials. The aggressive node also helps out a little with being able to rush in after knocking Rogue down with the heavy, as she should play into it most of the time. If we have the slow up and are able to get to SP2, you can get some extra damage and have time to refresh the debuffs again using the SP2 stun. I wasn't able to refresh the slow this time, so now I have to actually deal with the unstoppable until I can throw another SP1. Since my shield takes longer to refresh each time I throw an SP2, I have to get to my SP3 to refresh it, and then I can go back to trying to get to my SP2. And we finish her off with a nice heavy attack. Okay, so moving on to Spider-Gwen, which mine is only a rank 1 6-star. It's a pretty similar strategy, except Spider-Gwen applies her slow just by landing heavy, so we don't have to stress as much about reapplying since we don't need a special attack to do it. I'll throw my SP1 until I have 5 of the little pink charges, which increases her damage and chance to evade in case I slip up. Then I'll just build to my SP3 after that for the most part. I never really play her even though she is really fun because of my masteries, so hopefully this is a good way to do it. The SP3 gives her some burst damage while that pink timer icon is up, which is nice. If you watch here, my spacing was a little messed up and I actually get an evade instead of getting hit by the last part of her special. I also get a little lucky here as the slow falls off right as the brawl timer is ending, and I get hit when she goes unstoppable. Now I go for the SP2 finish, but it's not quite enough. One more heavy, or maybe two more heavies, and we get the solo. Okay, last up is She-Hulk, and I actually found this one the least enjoyable, as I wasn't able to get the right spacing most of the time to dash in after my heavy attacks. The strategy with She-Hulk is almost just like Spider-Gwen, except I don't need to build up with SP1s, and I'll try to keep the passive furies up that I get from chance when striking Rogue. This is what I mean about the spacing. I'm too close to dash in and a little too far away to safely throw my heavy. It's really slow going with the damage right now. I need to start stacking up the furies. I finally have a good stack. Now I just really don't want to lose them. This is where I go for the dash in desperation to try to keep my fury going and pay a price. The Furies finally fall off, but it was a pretty good run. A couple nice crits on the SP1 and game over. Okay, so that's 3 different options that can handle this fight pretty well. I actually used Dragon Man on my first clear, and if you're having trouble with these, he works amazing with his dragon cheese, and it's pretty fun as well. There are other videos out there if you need to see how that's done. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.